call to order. The Runnemede Board of Education meeting is called to order. The Board of Education is in compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975 entitled the Open Public Meeting Act. The time, date, and location of this meeting was appropriately advertised by notifying the retrospect as well as posting notices in the Borough Hall, Runnemede Post Office, Mary Gold School, Alliant Binghamton School, Grace Downing School, and the Runnemede Public School District website. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call board members.
Patricia Adair. Angel Beebe.
Here.
Charles Buckheim. Present. Naomi Davison.
Present.
Maria Panzarella.
Here.
Patricia Smith.
Here.
Samantha Spalding.
Yes.
Lynn Terrell.
I am here.
Amy Ferry.
Here.
Also present, Mark Iannucci, Superintendent, Earl Vassallo, Interim Business Administrator, Dr. McCarron, Supervisor of Curriculum and Instruction, Mrs. Jesse, Principal, Binghamton Downing School, Mr. Peely, Principal, Mary Gold School, Mr. Winkelsbeck, Vice Principal, Gold School, Lori Hines, Child Study Team Supervisor, and Butch Bruner, Supervisor of Building and Grounds. At this time, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the December 18 regular meeting and January 6th, the reorg meeting.
I make a motion. I'll second.
Motion made by Maria, seconded by Patty Adair. I actually did not ask this during the work session. Was there any questions on the minutes? I apologize. All right, roll call. Okay.
We didn't ask it because we didn't.
Patricia Adair.
Yes.
Angel Beebe.
Yes.
Charles Buckheim.
Yes.
Naomi Davison.
Yes.
Maria Panzarella.
Yes.
Patricia Smith.
Yes.
Samantha Spalding.
Yes.
Lynn Terrell.
Yes.
Amy Ferry.
Abstain from December, yes for January.
Motion carries.
At this time, we need a motion to approve the financial report for the month. Motion made by Angel, seconded by Patty Smith. Roll call.
Patricia Adair.
Yes.
Angel Beebe.
Yes.
Charles Buckheim.
Yes.
Naomi Davison.
Yes.
Maria Panzarella.
Yes.
Patricia Smith.
Yes.
Samantha Spalding.
Yes.
Lynn Terrell.
Yes.
Amy Ferry.
Yes.
Motion carries.
I apologize. There's no presentations this month. Correspondence is the election budget calendar.
Yes, can I make a comment to that?
Yes.
I'm assuming they're to thank Earl for this calendar?
Thank the county office, I guess, actually.
Okay, but you're distributing it, so this is the first time I've
We've
ever
never
seen
seen it,
anything
correct.
like this since I've served. So thank you for making sure it gets to us. I appreciate that.
Yeah, because it is helpful for us to know.
See your time.
Would have been helpful to have it a long time ago.
Sure would.
Really thank you. We thank Earl for a lot.
We're gonna blame it on you anyway, Earl, how about that?
I make a motion.
Good thing.
That's it. Take good and the bad.
A lot less disappointed.
At this time, we're open for public comments on agenda items only. The public is reminded that they should attempt to resolve problems and/or complaints through initial contact with the staff member or members involved therein, the chief school administrator, prior to petitioning the Board of Education. Complaints should only be brought to the board after the appropriate school staff has had a reasonable opportunity to resolve the problem at the employee level. Statements should be limited to topics to be addressed on the published agenda and limited in length to 3 minutes. Please be recognized by the board president if there's any public comment. At this time, is there any public comment on agenda items only? No? We did review the secretary's report, superintendent's report. You want to speak on that?
Sure, I'll just touch on a couple of things. District enrollment, as you can see, is 851 students, so we're going strong with that. There's 11 out-of-district placements. Just a couple updates. First, I want to publicly thank Mr. Bruner and his crew over the last couple of weeks with this inclement weather. It's not a fun thing to have to call off school and set people's lives into chaos. One of the things we do is I talk to Butch, on the phone, texting, whatever we need to do, as well as Samantha to keep them informed. Also in contact with members of Black Horse Pike District, Belmar, Barrington, to see what everybody else is doing. I try to keep up with Black Horse Pike because I know that we have students that go to schools, not to impact them, it impacts with busing. I'm gonna try to make those calls as early as possible. And again, we don't like to throw people's lives into chaos, but one of the reasons we closed the other day early because we wanted to get the kids in the day to count, but then instruction as usual, and then get them home safely, which I think we did a good job of doing that. And then obviously closing the schools is not something fun that we like to do, but we did that early enough, so again, to get people the information they need to do. And then the following day, the 2-hour delay, I felt was necessary because, as we talked about in the workshop, the roads were not clear, but also sidewalks. Even though it's still cold that next day, the sun comes up, gives a couple, just so people can see. I get concerned with the kids standing on bus stops, because they're taking the bus. And also concerned for the staff as well. We have staff members that come from an hour away, and rush hour traffic is bad, so that's why we made the reason last week to do a 2-hour delay. Some of our neighboring districts. So that's why we did that. But again, I want to thank Butch publicly and his crew for doing a great job. They were out here again over the weekend, even though it was just a couple inches of snow, to make sure that the kids for RYA using the building and other things that were going on were safe getting here, so I want to thank them for that. Again, we're still waiting for the ROD grant for the many projects we have going on. We've only heard so far for the one at the Bingham School, so far for the state. I've got some more documentation confirming that today, but we're still waiting for the confirmation on the ROD grant submission for Downing and Bolt School. Staff professional development, we did have one on January 17th, where the Bingham and Downing teachers worked on running records and anecdotal notes. The Bolts teachers worked on spelling development inventory, and the Bolts middle school teachers worked on Google Chrome and some of the Google platforms that we're looking to implement to make it a little more technologically enhanced for the district. Most of my professional development opportunities were canceled due to the weather. We seem to snow, so we're making up some of those dates as well. Keep you posted. I did post, and I'll say publicly, Buchanan County, I was able to attend the press conference at Buchanan County College last week regarding school security changes and updates. I know for the principals and teachers, they change every year. We've gone from cards and windows and things under doors and what they call different things. So basically, they're kind of narrowing it down so we're all in the same system. So if your kid were to go to school in Cherry Hill and then transfer here to Runnemede, when they heard lockout or lockdown, they knew exactly what that was, or shelter in place, they knew exactly what that was. So and also the police can work together in different various districts as well. And the last thing I did put up there, I had an opportunity to show Ms. Torillo. We did rearrange the board office this past week. It's still ongoing. I relocated my office where the superintendent's office used to be. The secretary's now out in front. I call it the fish tank, where the window is. And then we redesigned the business office and put all those people in closer proximity together. A lot of cross-training activities they have been doing already, just so everybody's in one spot. So I invite you to come down and take a look. We've also created a conference room, not only for the administration to use, the business office, the maintenance office, and where else needed. So we don't have to use the conference room here at Bolt School, which takes away from the staff here using that. So
Looks wonderful.
Sure. Yeah, and we are also going to look for approval tonight on the February 14th. We had a full day professional development day scheduled. We would like to make a change to that and make it a half day for students and make it a half day professional development for staff to make up on those snow days. Right now, we're at 3 snow days, which would take us, the students, to I believe June 13th, which is a Friday. Excuse me, it would actually be a Monday. If we were able to make up the day, in 2 weeks, it would take us to the 13th. If we don't, it rolls the kids into a Monday the following week. Not that I'm going to say we're not going to have more snow, because Butch reminded me we have had snowstorms in March. So
Yes, we have.
Some of the
You're
worst
absolutely
snowstorms in this state.
Yeah. So when we built the calendar, last year, you put the staff coming back the day after, so June 13th will be the last day for students with this, but the staff will come back
Staff
on
will
June
come back on
16th?
June 16th, yes.
And the date of the half day is?
That will be February 14th, which I believe is Valentine's Day.
No.
My wife doesn't remind me about that.
Do you have any plans for, I don't know, any additional things?
And we
like
did-
the mom was saying,
We did redo, we got a dance scheduled for
Yeah, I saw
February
that.
13th, which is the Thursday. We've done it the last couple of years here at Volts. We're gonna push that a week forward.
Oh, is that
Friday, I
right?
believe, is 7th. 7th. And we will, obviously, if this is approved tonight, we will post that immediately. Probably the last person that says yes, Dr. McCarroll will have that on Facebook as well as the website.
He'll have his iPad out as soon as you
And we'll have
vote.
an updated calendar as well. And I did speak to Ms. Tony, to get the meeting agreement with that, and she felt, was confident that would be a good decision, because we could get more snow, and this is a good opportunity to make up that day.
Is it also going home in the school newsletter?
Yes.
And the principal as well? Yeah, that's good.
There'll probably be a half sheet, probably go out as soon as tomorrow,
That's okay.
just so.
We know
people
which
can make
parents to
their-
call now, so.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of
We
phone
can
calls
do a little
too,
connect calls.
just a poll here of the board. Did everyone receive a phone call through Global Connect of
Oh,
all
yes.
these?
Well,
Did you get them on your home phone, your cell phone?
Every
Both?
every phone number that exists on my records here is where I got it.
Okay, so I'm lacking my cell phone. I would just like to request that you please add that to my cell phone.
now, I had an issue, I will say this, like, like with technology today, I guess it goes alphabetical or something.
Yeah, it comes.
Because people are like posting on Facebook at 6:30, Runnemede schools have off tomorrow. And I did know, but not officially. And then I texted Mark and said, how come people are posting on Facebook at
It's
6:30,
different
but I don't know until 6, my phone call didn't come till 6:59.
No.
So
I
like,
don't care when it
but,
comes, I just
well,
want
no,
it.
because like,
It's tiered.
it must be
Yeah.
tiered
It
to
goes
it
out
now.
ways, and I actually got my phone call after you.
Yeah, and he didn't even receive his official phone
It
call
does
till
go out
after I
in
did.
giant,
Okay.
so you can't get everything out.
Yes, it's coming to our home phone, but I just
Okay.
request that it goes to my cell phone. Thank you.
All my cell phones, yeah, my cell phone.
I also gave you a copy of that press release in the report, which will also be on. So that right now is my superintendent's report for the month of January.
Any additional questions for Mark? All right, we did review the curriculum and instruction, principals, fire and security drills, nurses, building and grounds, and special education report, and the workshop session.
I just have a question
go
for
ahead.
principals, if I may. Mrs. Jessie, did you have times for your monthly drills? For the
Yeah, I have that on
December?
record. If
It's,
you
it
want-
is on record?
Of
okay.
course.
I mean, are we still up to par, up to snuff as far as?
Yeah,
doing
actually,
some of the
we're
adult-
finished for January as well.
Okay, I just didn't know time-wise.
I could include that moving
Okay,
forward.
that would be great.
Okay.
And Mr. Cooley, do you have any update on our, I wasn't sure whether to ask Sean or ask you about our character ed program, or curriculum, how we're doing with that? Are we still formulating a way to go about, or have things been implemented?
Well, we're kind of still in the stage where, a lot of things that we're doing, we're trying to recognize, get out to the public through Facebook and through, the newsletter and things like that. We're still in the process, I think, where we still believe that we have a lot of great things going. I just don't think that a lot of people know about them. The kids do, but I don't know how much they talk about that at the dinner table. As we talked about before, and, Mr. Wink might have a little bit more on this, it's, we're taking this year to kind of take everything in and try to, we're gonna get everything on the same page as far as a plan before we just start throwing things out there. Mrs. Beta, and yourself, did you go?
Myself and Ms. Martinez.
Went to another district to see a minute to win it drill and implemented some of that. What was the day that we did that?
That was the Red Day, the
Week of Respect.
Week of Respect.
Yeah, implemented some of that. Again, we're trying to find what fits right for Volts because some of the programs out there are more either for a higher level or focus more on GPA. As a Volts, or as you know at Volts, we like to recognize not only good grades, but, good morals, good,
Right.
Community service and things like that. So I don't know that we've implemented anything new. I think we're just still trying to gather what we're doing, what's working well, and maybe things to tweak for, maybe the end of the year for like a pilot, or, you know, even
So
for.
we're still in the
I know some-
exploration phase
I know some of the
then?
things they've done too, like kids for character education, you know, Golden Hawk, things like that, we
Mhm.
put in. They recognize kids, like for the dance, they can get free admission and for good character awards and things like that. So there are some things I've seen, you know, even some of the kids have told me, have shown things that they've had. Honor Society kids or honor roll kids also are getting some recognized for those things. So there are some.
Men and women in distinction, they just started up where it recognizes, you know, well-rounded students and how they can be a, you know, role models for, you know, their peers and things like that. So I think there's a lot out there, and I think that we're trying to expose the public to more of it. So, you know, it's not just the school pushing it, but, you know, people are out there commenting on Facebook, you know, I'm proud of you, you know, kids wearing, you know, dressing up, wearing ties, things like that.
How many students do you have for the men and women in distinction?
I'm sorry,
How many students total? 'Cause that's more than I've ever seen.
I'm trying to
It
think of
is, it's, in addition to, I think she said they normally take about 20, I believe, just in girls, there were 28. She didn't want to turn that many kids away.
I'll put it this way, when they formulated the groups, there was so much interest that we had to make sure that we could reserve a larger bus for trips rather than a smaller one, because we needed a capacity of, I think, almost 50 students.
Is there a criteria for those children to join this club, or is it just
I think they
an
have to be,
interest?
they have to be in good academic standing, doesn't mean you have to be a
Okay.
straight A, but you have to be, you know, someone who, you know, puts forward their best academically, someone who is a, you know, positive role model in the school. And once you're in, I won't call it probation, but you're expected to demonstrate those characteristics throughout the program.
For service activities they've done.
Right,
And we've talked about this program in the past, it's not something where it's gonna be the greatest athletes, where it's not gonna be that kid with the, you know, straight A average. They try to get kids involved that they see could use a little, self-esteem
Yes,
boost and stuff
absolutely.
like that, so I know the numbers are out.
I mean, now it's an ongoing process that you're still exploring and, you know, investigating as far as things that you want to use. I'm just curious as to how that phase of your development of this character ed is going.
Yeah, Mr. Wake has put together a committee, right,
Okay.
for the character ed programs, again, to review, kind of, get all the stakeholders involved, get some teachers, some parents, some kids, see what kids will respond well to, you know, what we have, what's working, what would we need to add. And I think the goal is probably, again, some kind of pilot in the spring, whether it's this Minute to Win It here at Volts, or something similar as a reward program to identify those students who excel, you know, in the classroom and the community.
Okay,
Mr.
thanks.
White, do you have anything to add?
As far as where I kind of fit into a couple of different things, I think what I've stressed with Mr. Peeler and Mark and, you know, as leadership, we've discussed it, that we want to make sure that we ingrain the process that we choose to move forward with, as opposed to add another thing to our plates for
Right.
our teachers to do. I did take some time during an in-service and actually had, I knew I was going to be there, and gave teachers the opportunity to sign up, and I had probably close to 30 teachers show up. And we talked about concepts of character ed and the things that we do and the positives that we do and where our focus needs to be, really to kind of set the stage for, you know, implementing things with our teachers. As Mr. Peely said, it's very easy to say that you do these things, but to what quality and what level and how ingrained are they in the process
Right.
is really kind of where the excitement is for me. I kind of have to sit back in my chair because I want to, you know, just kind of get rolling with things right away and jump both feet. But really to kind of get staff on board is where our goal is going to be in the, you know, spring and kind of moving forward. Once we hook the staff, then we move toward the kids. And at that point, then we include parents, and, you know, the process just unfolds from there. It becomes something that you just do, kind of like you breathe. You just want it to be that natural that it's just there. So a lot of fun when we get into it.
Okay, thanks. Thanks so much for your
Any other questions? All right, PTA report? Is there anything?
We're just changing our basket auction. from
Yep,
the
we got
4th to
that on the-
25th. Family Day was 26th February.
February?
Yes.
February?
No, I think it's later in the year.
All right.
Or, what's the date?
Sorry, what's that date again?
26th of February.
Okay, thanks.
Is it basketball?
No, that basketball is the 25th of April.
Okay, committee reports, I don't know if, since we've had a meeting, if anyone has met. Negotiations, correct me if I'm wrong, was canceled due to
It was canceled due to the weather, and we are rescheduled for February 3rd.
February 3rd.
Our committee's meeting at 5 p.m.
New Jersey School Boards Association,
I went to the January 13th meeting, Salem County, and at that meeting, we were given a lot of, from Terry Lewis, a lot of field representative for our county. She gave me a lot of information regarding a pamphlet for new school board members, and I know that we are starting our own committee, so I gave that material to Charles tonight. It's just a packet of information, phone numbers, websites, email addresses for anybody in the New Jersey School Boards Association that we may need to be in touch with. So I have a couple of cards too I can pass along.
Great.
Our legal policy relations person was there, just gave us some legal updates as well. So it went well, it was a good training, and it was a nice evening to be able to get a look at all the services that we have to offer. They also offered policy updates for free. They said that Strauss Aspe is also a very good product too that is out there that we could use, and I know that's something we're looking into doing so.
Could I just add something to what you just talked about for the board members that are on the committee, as well as our superintendent? If you could review the packet that I gave each of you, so that we can come to the meeting on the 30th and brainstorm all the ideas we have about what we want in that handbook. Thank you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
If there's nothing else, we'll, I need a motion to approve some old business. Mr. Arnucci told us that December date was changed, so we need to approve that.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Maria,
I'll second.
seconded by Lynn. Roll call.
Patricia Dare,
Yes.
Angel Beebe,
Yes.
Charles Buckeye,
Yes.
Naomi Davidson,
Yes.
Maria Panzarella,
Yes.
Patricia Smith,
Yes.
Samantha Spalding.
Yes.
Lynn Terrell.
Yes.
Amy Farah.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under property and transportation, need a motion to approve item number 1, facility use, and item number 2, field trip.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Chaz,
Second.
seconded by Patty Adair. Any questions? Roll call.
Patricia Dare,
Yes.
Angel Beebe,
Yes.
Charles Buckeye,
Yes.
Naomi Davidson,
Yes.
Maria Panzarella,
I abstain.
Patricia Smith,
Yes.
Samantha Spalding.
Yes.
Lynn Terrell,
Yes.
Amy Farah.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under personnel, I need a motion to approve items 1 through 5.
I'll make a motion to approve 1 through 5.
Motion made by Patty Smith,
Second?
seconded by Naomi. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, Patricia Dare,
Yes.
Angel Beebe,
Yes.
Charles Buckeye,
Yes.
Naomi Davidson,
Yes.
Maria Panzarella,
Yes.
Patricia Smith,
Yes.
Samantha Spalding.
Yes.
Lynn Terrell,
Yes.
Amy Farah.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under finance, I need a motion to approve items number 1. We're going to approve the professional development workshops pending adjustments to the board member trainings, number 3, 4, and 5.
I make that motion.
Motion made by Maria,
I'll second.
seconded by Patty Adair.
Patricia Dare,
Yes.
Angel Beebe,
Yes.
Charles Buckeye,
Yes.
Naomi Davidson,
Yes.
Maria Panzarella,
Yes.
Patricia Smith,
Yes.
Samantha Spalding.
Yes.
Lynn Terrell,
Yes.
Amy Farah.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under curriculum, I need a motion to approve items 1 through 4, or 1 through 5, because there's no 1 there. So-
Number 6?
Yeah, but there's no 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 items.
I'll make a motion to approve 1 through 5.
Second?
Motion made by Patty Adair, seconded by Naomi. Roll call.
Patricia Adair,
Yes.
Andrew Beebe,
Yes.
Charles Buckheim,
Yes.
Naomi Davidson,
Yes.
Diane Panzarella,
Yes.
Patricia Smith,
Yes.
Samantha Spalding,
Yes.
Lynn Thurlow,
Yes.
Amy Farrell.
Yes.
Motion carries.
At this time, there's nothing under policies or public relations, so we are open for public comments on non-agenda items at this time. At this time, does anybody in the public have any comment on non-agenda items?
I just, if I can be recognized as public for a minute, please. Do you want me to leave?
Miss Panzarella.
Exactly. I, in the last couple weeks, have come in contact, well, first of all, I would like to say that I, as a board member, leaving that aside, as a parent here, I'm very pleased with the staff in place, and in the last couple weeks have witnessed just the staff of this district going out of their way, above and beyond what's in their normal job description. And just to point out a couple things, Mr. Wink, our vice principal here, who I stood with outside the morning of the ice, when I pulled up, was standing in a booth with an umbrella, like for the kids' safety. I think that's huge. I then stood with him, as many names as I was calling him, I stood there with him for the next hour and a half doing so. But I just think, you know, it's things like that that go above and beyond. It's the office staff, you know, when I had to come in under a different role today and everyone went out of their way. It was Saturday when I was here for, again, another organization's use of facility, and the custodians that were here on Saturday, it wasn't, I said thank you, and I was told that's our job. But they were here to do their jobs, and the weather created a lot of additional jobs that day. And just seeing what they do, you know, I mean, I reached out to Mr. Iannucci after school was closed the other day, and, you know, I had to drive my kids somewhere and rode by the school, and, you know, all of them, Butch and the entire staff was outside, like, making sure, the roads were horrible, but if you were walking down the sidewalk in front of Bolts, it looked like it never snowed, you know, and I just, again, I mean, you know, Sean, like, all kidding aside, you know, Dr. McCarron, like, you say something and he's already got his iPad out and it's already being put out to everybody, and I think it's huge. I just think the staff in place here is just, it's, in this whole district, it's just wonderful, and, you know, I, as a community member, outside of being on this board, recognize that, and I think it deserves, you know, really being acknowledged. I mean, you had to see Saturday alone what I witnessed, you know, but again, that comes from, you know, your guidance, I believe, and it was very much appreciated and, you know, very much handled. It goes a long way, so I appreciate everyone here.
Your 3 minutes is up.
I'm sorry. Somebody let me borrow theirs.
I'm just kidding.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yes,
publicly
thank
to
you.
everyone who, Maria, that's like second month in a row you're going.
I know, it's
That's
like
not
different
bad, though.
people now, you know what I mean?
I'm only
You're
kidding.
done.
You know what, that's been happening for many, many, many years
Hey,
here, so.
I'll give you 2 months in a row of complaining and you'll be
Yeah,
here.
no.
Sorry. Hey.
Anyone else have any public comment at this time? All right, today we do need to go into executive session, so I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Chaz,
I'll second.
seconded by Lynn. Whereas while Senator Byron and Bayer Open Public Meetings Act and JSA 10:4-12 requires all meetings of the Runnemede School District Board of Education to be held in public, NJSA 10:4-12B sets forth 9 types of matters that may lawfully be discussed in executive session without the public being permitted to attend. And whereas the Runnemede Public School District Board of Education has deemed it necessary to go into closed session to discuss certain matters which are exempted from the public. And whereas the 9 exemptions for public meetings set forth in NJSA 10:4-12B are listed below, and next to each exemption is a box with the number of issues to be privately discussed that fall within that exception shall be written. And after each exemption is a space where additional information that will disclose as much information about the decision as possible without undermining the purpose of the exemption shall be written. Now therefore be it resolved that the Runnemede Public School District Board of Education will go into closed session for the following reasons, as outlined in NJSA 10:4-12B. First reason, any pending or anticipated litigation or contract negotiation in which the public body is or may become a party. Any matters falling within attorney-client privilege to to the extent that confidentiality is required in order for the attorney to exercise his ethical duties as a lawyer. More specifically, we will be discussing the lessee versus the Runnemede Board of Education. Second reason, any matter involving the employment, appointment, termination of employment, terms and conditions of employment, evaluation of the performance, promotion or discipline of any specific prospective public officer or employee or current public officer or employee employed or appointed by the public body, unless all individual employees or appointees whose rights could be adversely affected request in writing that such matter or matters be discussed at a public session. More specifically, we will be talking about the business administrator, permanent position in the business office. Whereas the length of the executive session is undetermined, however, the Runnemede Public School District Board of Education will make every attempt to estimate the time of session prior to convening the session, after which the public meeting shall reconvene approximately 1/2 hour or 8:03 p.m. and the Runnemede Public School District Board of Education will proceed with business. Now therefore be it resolved that the Runnemede Public School District Board of Education will go into executive session only for the above stated reasons. Be it further resolved that the Runnemede Public School District Board of Education hereby declares that a discussion of the aforementioned subjects may be made public at a time when the Runnemede Public School District Board of Education attorney advises that the disclosure of the discussion will not detrimentally affect any right, interest, or duty of the school district or any other entity with respect to said discussion. Be it further resolved that the Runnemede Public School District Board of Education, for the aforementioned reason, hereby declares that the public is excluded from the portion of the meeting during which the above discussion shall take place, and hereby directs the board secretary to take appropriate action to effectuate the terms of this resolution. Excuse me. Be it further resolved that the board secretary on the next business day following this meeting shall furnish a copy of this resolution to any member of the public who requests one, at the fees allowed by NJSA 47:1A-1. Action on any item may or may not be taken in open session at the conclusion of the executive session. All in favor for executive session?
Aye. It's 8:05 after you had to break it for a couple.
Sorry, I was like, too.
No, it's not.